of being a run number as well with tight ends and wide receivers that can stretch the field within the pass game. So there is, there is going to be a great challenge that comes along with this preparation on a short week, and it is going to be a focus on us and the things that we need to do to make sure that each and every day we win the day to be prepared for the end of the week.
The decision to start Bush on the sideline and then put him back up in the booth in the second half, what was the philosophy behind that?
Yeah, so we just wanted to get Bush on the sideline to get ourselves going early in the game to be able to be around the offensive guys. The ability for a coordinator to call it from either the sideline or the box, whatever's best for the team is what's needed. And we felt like, in the second half, we were in a situation where it was good for him to go back up in the box after being on the sideline in the first half.
Look around the country, and I've heard coaches say, hey, I can't, we don't have our guys in until year 3, year 4 of a staff because you need all those recruiting classes to come in. You're now in year 3, and you start looking around at the starters, and it's like, holy cow, these are the guys from your first year. These are the guys from your second year. Is there any, satisfaction in knowing that, you guys are evaluating and developing at the rate you want to when you see your early recruits start to get playing time quickly?
Well, it's a combination. There's really, there's a fair amount of older guys that are playing for us that have had the experience that, we got more than a few 6-year seniors, redshirt seniors, seniors that haven't redshirted. But then we have a whole host of freshmen and sophomores that are playing for us right now. Again, I think we shared before, there's over 55% of special team snaps being taken by freshmen and sophomores, and now those guys are gaining experience and playing on offense and defense, whether it's guys like Breezy or Ty. We got 2 freshmen playing on the O-line, and so it's awesome to see the way those guys have developed and what they're able to do. Obviously, we've got to be all gas, no brakes in terms of how we're continuing to develop them even throughout the course of the year. Again, we're battle tested as well too. We've played some great competition this year, and this team we're about to play is going to be one of the best teams that we've played all year. It's proven. The Mountain West is always an extremely tough conference year in and year out, and we can see that. I mean, the strength of schedule from the Mountain West in comparison to the other conferences has been the strongest, and we've got teams that have done really well, and that's going to be the challenge each week at one game at a time, and therefore, our young players and our older players need to continue to develop and grow that consistency together.
Now that you've had a chance to look at film from the defensive line on Saturday, were you seeing anything from that game that you weren't seeing in the first 2 games?
And from our defensive line?
Defensive line, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were able to get pressure on the quarterback, and we had 6 sacks. From the standpoint of the run game, it was a little bit different compared to what we've seen in the first couple weeks in terms of the philosophy that team used. But overall, I was excited the way we were able to be balanced, the way that we were able to get after the quarterback and, not let North Dakota take the air out of the ball, because that's what they had done in the past.
Having a mobile quarterback that you face this week, how important is it to keep that pressure on? Yeah,
it's not the first mobile quarterback, we face, but you can see if you look at the stats that, the completion percentage is there, 60%, and then there's 258 yards rushing already this season from the quarterback position in our, in the next challenge we have. So it's always that balance of being able to get pressure, but maintain the pocket, not being a robot trying to maintain the pocket, but being able to be on the attack.
It makes playing San Diego State unique. It looks like their defense is different than anybody's, and then offense, they do different things in some, so I think it's going to be a unique matchup every year.
Yeah, it's a conference game, right? And we've played them, the last 3, this will be the 3rd year in a row. Coach Hoke does an unbelievable job down there with how he builds his team, and as we've said, they're going to be physical on both sides of the ball. Their defensive structure is slightly different than other structures that we've played against, and they're very well capable of controlling the game on the ground as well. And then, as we spoke on, not only do they have wide receivers, but their tight end is their leading, receiver thus far this year. So they can do it multiple ways. They got speed at running back, and as we said, the quarterback's number is a run number as well.
Kind of getting back to what Jordan asked about the young talent coming along. When you have fifth-year and sixth-year seniors that stick around, they feel like they probably earned opportunities and stuff like that. How hard is it though when maybe a younger guy starts really pushing for their playing time? I guess.
I mean, this is college football, so it's competition every single day at practice. I don't, for the most part, every single guy in the program comes here every single day and competes. Everybody's going to have a role, and how you build your role is how you perform every single day. What you do speaks a lot louder than what you say. And I'll be honest with you, too, some of these young guys are coming along because the older guys are bringing them along. It's not just the coaches. It's not just the developmental plan here. The older guys are bringing these guys along, too. Whether it's, for example, we've already seen it with Marco and DJ bringing him along, whether it's George helping bring along Breezy. And, the same things are happening at the wide receiver groups. That's what's been special here in terms of the older guys always taking care of the younger guys and truly working to help be an additional coach for them and showing them what it looks like.
You guys have obviously, winning the Mountain West, obviously one of the biggest goals there is around here. And for this program, that's happened 2 times in the last 8 years. How important, again, it's an obvious answer, but I guess just the focus this year on winning the conference again.
The focus is win on this game, one game at a time. And then when we've done that and we've stayed on that track, that's how we've been able to do it. We just spoke about the Mountain West. I mean, the competition in the Mountain West has improved year by year, and especially in the last couple of years, it's you've got to be your best each and every week. There are no weeks off, and obviously we start off with one of the most challenging opponents in the Mountain West.
Going on the road in the conference play, I mean, I think some people just don't realize how hard that is, whether it's basketball, football. I mean, just regardless of the opponent, just a road game in conference play, what's that like?
Well, I mean, within conference play, there's, you've probably been there before. Now, we haven't been there with this team, in more than a few years. That approach is vitally important, making sure that as a program, the logistics are set up that are as consistent to what we do here, for a home game. It's going to be in a different space, different hotel. Obviously, it's a different stadium. We don't have, our home crowd per se there in every place that we go. But the process is still the process. It's exactly the same for us. We don't deviate from that, whether it's a home game, an away game. And to be honest with you, it's college football. It's going on the road and winning a conference game. It's challenging, it's tough, but that's why you work year round. And we get to this point, and whether it's a short week or not a short week, hey, Tuesday practice on a Monday, you work year round to get the opportunity to play these games.
In terms of the wide receiver room and the youth movement, through 3 games of production, and Billy and Steph don't seem like there was a bust-out game yet, but you got these younger kids, and you just talked about youth pushing the veterans. Are you looking at maybe redistributing reps and getting the young wide receivers more involved in the game? I mean,
Steph had as many targets as anybody last game. So, that's the way the game goes sometimes. The game before, Steph caught the game-winning touchdown, made an unbelievable play. So it's a game where a few of the younger guys were in when certain plays were called, and they hit. Like, that's all it is, to be able to distribute the ball and get the ball in a lot of people's hands. I mean, our veteran wide receivers are capable of doing the same thing. So, again, if we want to look at that, then look at the targets. Don't just look at the receptions.
3 games, do you think your offense has a clear identity right now?
Yeah, I don't think that there's a consistency there with what we're doing from a philosophy standpoint. And everyone that knows football can see and know what we do in the run game, what our philosophy is in the run game, what we're going to hang our hat on. And obviously this past game there was an emphasis on the vertical pass game, being able to get that going. From week to week, you got to be able to grow. You play a different defense from week to week. This week's going to be different. We're going to see some different structures than we normally see. So part of that, too, is being able to identify what it is that you can do successfully against a particular defense from week to week.
Taylor made his starting debut last year against San Diego State. You guys obviously ended up with like 316 rushing yards, 105 from Taylor. Now that the cat's kind of out of the bag, so to speak, about Taylor's running ability, do you see that kind of rushing production being possible again?
Well, I mean, again, it depends on how the defense is playing. If they're putting numbers on the perimeter to take away Taylor's opportunities, then it takes numbers away from the other part of the play. And so it all depends on what a defense's game plan is and what they want to take away. That's football. That's from week to week. So we will find our opportunities to continue to have Taylor as a run number in the game. I mean, and even, Mad Dog. Mad Dog's number, if he was to jump in there, his number's going to be a run game number as well, same as CJ. I mean, that's a part of our philosophy as we're talking about because it creates space on the field. It challenges the numbers of a defense, not only within the run game, but obviously then affecting the numbers and within the coverage schemes and what it opens up from a defensive standpoint.
Hi, Battlefield. What do you love about him, and what do we need to know about him since he's so young? He's been with the team, 3.5 months?
Yeah, he's been here for 3.5 months, and it's just, again, we're very fortunate to have Ty here and what he's done in the 3 months that he's been here. I mean, number one, to be able to play as a young guy, you got to be extremely mature. There's a lot that goes into it. The game is obviously a little bit different than high school in terms of all the things that we're talking about, from the game planning from week to week, the preparation that goes into it. So what I would say is that his maturity and his mindset is, he is much more mature than a freshman that it's been here for 3 months, and that's why he's been able to have some early success. He's extremely self-driven, and he's talented. I mean, his movements, his ability to run, his ability to accelerate, he gets and understands concepts and techniques. Each and every week, we're expecting him to continue to grow. So he just had a real nice practice out there this morning.
We talked about how important it is to, the quarterback's number is a rush number. Taylor only had 4 rushes, and one of them was a sack, or 5, one of them was a sack. What needs to happen for him to get going in the rush game, or are you guys, kind of pleased with just having him run forward?
Again, we just spoke about it. It depends upon what the defense is doing, and if the defense is putting 2 guys off the edge to take away Taylor's number, then he's not going to pull the ball and keep it.
You've asked Ethan Card to play a couple roles already this
Yeah.
season, tight end first game, then kind of jumping back
Yeah.
into the guard position last week. What have you
Yeah,
liked
he's played
about-
tight end, tackle, and guard. I mean, you talk about the young guys that we brought in, and there's a transfer that's come in and gone all in and bought in, and he's played 3 different positions already, in this early season. So it's been awesome to have him here. He works every single day, and he stepped up huge last week for us.
Just how athletic does he have to be to kind of play all those roles?
Well, yeah, the athleticism, but also, his football intelligence and his ability to prepare, playing 3 different positions. And so, again, his impact since he's been here has been pretty strong. And I'll be honest with you, he was out more than half of fall camp. And so he's got himself back on pace as we've gone here early on in the season. And so we want to continue to see him grow.
Get back to Ty real quick. Seems like he's also starting to play with a little bit of confidence. I thought I saw a little bit of his character after he made a couple of big hits on Saturday. Just how much confidence is he kind of playing with right now? And then what was his reaction when you guys said that he was going to lead the team out, in game 3 as a true freshman with the hammer?
Yeah, I mean, his confidence, because the way he works every single day to earn that confidence, how, his drive, his passion for the game, every single morning when we come up in here, he's ready to go. He's locked in. Not only what he's doing on defense, he does play 2 positions on defense, let alone 1 as a true freshman, and plays, a lot of special teams as well. And so that is something that we want to continue to recruit, that football intelligence, that mentality, that self-drive that comes in with it. Again, it has to do, too, with the older guys helping him prepare, showing him what it looks like, his willingness to learn, his humility, and his hunger will continue to help him grow.
Is Marco's frame, and I consider you probably an expert on linebackers, is his frame, 6'3", 235, is that ideal for the position? I'm not trying to compare him to the last guy we had here, 6 Leighton, but it feels like the rangy, that does help at that position.
Yeah, I mean, you're always looking for length, right? But there's certain specs that you want for each position. And you want to hit on those specs for each position in terms of length, height, how long their arms are, weight sometimes for us is, especially as a high school guy, not really a huge factor for us as long as they got the right frame. But yeah, inside linebacker, being able to find some guys with length, but more importantly, their mobility, their ability to read and react, their ability to be a three-phase linebacker in terms of the read and react in the run game, the read and react in the pass game, and then having some ability to create pressure on the pocket.
The city of San Diego, you guys obviously have a number of players on the roster from that area in Southern California, but just San Diego in general, what was it about that area? And obviously there's a lot of good players down there that you guys.
Yeah, for us, I mean, our focus is simply on this game and playing this game. We've recruited California, Southern California for a long time. We do have a fair amount of guys from Southern California. It's going to be awesome, for them in this opportunity, but the focus is on this game and primarily on our preparation.
I know you talked a little bit about it after the game with Ashton, but just now you've had a couple days to, analyze, critique, or whatever. He's had a lot of success here, and I want to say, like, at least on the field, game kind of adversity. How has he balanced that from, a couple of fumbles, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, there's no better way than get back on the grass, and we did that this morning. He jumped back out there, and obviously he's working at those things. He's a ball carrier. He's shown to be an explosive ball carrier, and we can be an explosive ball carrier and take care of the ball. It's going to be required of us. As we said, this team is leading the nation in caused fumbles, so he can continue to be productive and make sure that we take care of the ball at the same time.
It's about him in the Wildcat package, too. I mean, we saw that quite a bit. And even, I don't know if you guys are still calling it the Clydesdale package, but we saw this year's version of the Clydesdale package a couple times last game.
Yeah, the Clydesdale is a must. That is a must week in and week out. For Ashton and the Wildcat, whether it's him or George, and those guys have done those things well. As we continue, again, to use our personnel, find ways to, even in this case, guys that are on defense play offense, whether it's our wide receiver core and our ability, to stretch the field and or work the perimeter, just being able to identify what the personnel does best and be able to get them in position to do it.
You say Clydesdale's a must. Is that probably just because you're going to be in a favorable, was it going to be a 3rd and 1 or a 4th and 1 or on the goal line? Is that why? Or is it just fun to run?
Well, I mean, number one, we got guys that are capable of performing in those roles. I mean, a lot of these guys have played offense in high school and whatnot, and so to be able to use those bodies in the certain situations, whether it be in the red zone or short yardage situations out in the field, is huge for our team. I mean, it's awesome to see offense and defense come together on a unit and be able to help the team be successful.
Play a lot of games anymore on grass. There's almost
Right.
all the stadiums have switched to turf. I assume that's why you've been still doing a practice a week out on the grass, but going into this game. But just in general, is it, I don't know, grass stadiums versus turf? Like, do you like, is there something special about playing on grass?
Well, you said it. I mean, hardly anybody, especially on the West Coast, has grass anymore, right? And so, part of practicing on the grass, we'll be out there this week, is to make sure we're squared away and ready to go for the surface. For us too, here practicing on the grass, whether we're going to play on grass or not, it helps the players' bodies to not be on the turf all the time too.
It's only been one game, but with Schramm out, have you seen anybody kind of step up as a vocal leader on the defense?
You know what? There are guys. DJ is obviously one of the strongest leaders in this program amongst everybody, and he's not a guy that just leads the defense. He leads the whole team. But Dimitri is a guy. Mike's a guy. Obviously, as Markel continues to get in his rhythm, which is awesome to see how much he played in the last game and had some nice plays. You talk about the younger guys, but we're talking about the older guys, like DJ and Markel, who've played well thus far this season. Mike, Callahan, who's grown his role and has played, well this season. Dimitri did some really nice things in the game last week as well in terms of pressuring the quarterback and playing at the line of scrimmage in the run game. So those guys have done a nice job stepping up and communicating. Alex Tubner is always a leader for us, and so DJ is not going to go silent either, even though he's not out there. It's part of his nature to be in and around and even have an impact, even though he's not between the paint.
How would you describe Eric McAllister's personality?
Whew. EMAC is a fun-loving guy that his personality is very unique in the sense that you never know what you're going to get from EMAC outside of football. So, you know, I love the way EMAC has matured. You know, he's going to keep you on your toes, you know, throughout the course of the day, whether it's in the mornings before practice, at practice, after practice. But the fact of the matter is, for EMAC to continue to have success and grow, it's going to come with the humility and the hunger to continue to grow in the areas as a young man that he has. Off the field, within his academics. I think that's a big part of this that a lot of people, we obviously don't talk about a lot in here, but just the ability to, you know, be squared away with your time and organized with your personal life so that you can set your priorities and get the things done that you need to be able to be an efficient and elite player.
Along the same lines, Monday through Friday, are you seeing stuff from Prince? And then did you see stuff from Prince on Saturday that makes you think he can continue to grow, get more reps moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, you know, we came into the season and, you know, there was, you know, everybody wanted to ask about the wide receivers, but we feel like we've got some veterans that have been very productive and are going to be very productive this season for us. And we obviously have saw the young guys and been able to be around those guys. So how that group continues to grow, okay? In this sport, the number one thing for a team is competition. The best teams are going to see the best competition day in and day out and how they work with each other, how they push each other. And really that's what it has been about, you know, for us here at practice. It's not the competition against each other, it's the competition with each other that drives each other. You know, if you and I are playing wide receiver, Mike, I don't know if we'd be very fast, but it'd be on both of us to push each other that there is no drop-off. When you went in or if I go in, there is no drop-off. We know what the expectation is. We know what the standard is. We can call plays regardless of who's in there and be on the attack and make sure that our efficiency level is high.
Okay, thank you all.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a good week.
See you all.